It's like, well, it's supposed to be. Oh god, why does it have to verify every time? Why does this happen? I can't even do anything about this. We need to confirm this is you. Oh my god. Ah. Holy shit. This is the worst. Like, I can't tell. It's like, is it streaming? God damn, they're like fucking this up so bad. It's like, what the fuck is it doing now? It's like, that took way too long. Oh my god, this is all fucked up. Excellently. Excellent. Excellent. It is doing. Well, I'm not doing excellent. Oh, I'm not doing fucking excellent. It's like, does this look excellent to you? Does this look excellent to you right now? Does anything about this look excellent to you? Does this look excellent? Well, somewhat more so than usual. Somewhat more so than usual. I couldn't even. It's like, well, I found a spot. It's like I found a spot I could get on, but it's like, holy shit. How long has it been? Like a month? It's like in and out of the hospital. In and out of the fucking hospital. It's like, oh my god. It's like, where do you even begin? It's like, where do you even begin? Because it's like, it's like I went to fucking, it's like I went to go and do the thing at the place, and it's like, no, I had like an anxiety, it's like I had like an anxiety attack, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, it's too hot here. I'm like, it's too hot here, and I can't fucking, it's like I need physical fucking rest. It's like I haven't had a bed. It's like I hadn't had a bed under me in like years, or like since April or some shit. I was like, oh my god. I just needed like a week of rest. And then it's like, oh god, it's like too late. It's like too late to do much of anything about it. And it's like I wasn't even getting paid with anything but a place to stay anyway. Don't know. Oh, God. Oh. It's like my joints are screwed up from just non-stop hiking. My joints are all screwed up from just non-stop hiking for years. It's like and then I have a backpack on, and it's like, it's like my body's already, like, lopsided, and, it's like, well, now my home's on my back again instead of in a rolling bag, which was kind of a lot better, a lot easier, a lot faster than, like, it's too much. It's like the hospital kicks you out. The hospital kicks you out, like, when you're projectile vomiting and shitting. And it's just like, oh my god. It's like, then I'm too weak. Then I'm too weak to fucking... I'm too weak to, like, leave and just go roam the streets. And then it's like, what am I supposed to do? Fucking shit all over the side of the fucking road. It's like, that's unhygienic as fuck, too. It's like, what? It's like, what do you expect somebody to do like that? It's like they gave you a little bit of medicine, I made it down the road, passed out outside, fucking came back in there. It's like, this is... it's just one thing after another like this. Do the bags under your eyes have bags? I don't. It gets like that. It's like, how many layers is it? It's just like, holy shit. Oh, God. I don't know what the hell. Even on everything else, it's just like, I don't. Are they doing these? I don't. Well, and that's where it gets a little weird. That's where it gets a little weird too, because it's like, can I stream? It's like, can I stream my own fucking game here? It's like, Jesus Christ, I don't. Because it's like the company's always been a little weird.
The Dominus Purge was already really
strong, but
it was just because of the nature of the top decks at the moment tougher to find that inclusion, and Impulse seems just better for most of the decks right now, being reliant on fire, of course. And yeah, it has been an insane card. Also, as importantly as you have mentioned, it has a lot of synergy. It can play around your opponent cards as well, but across the field, as though you would expect those two decks to be, the top contenders. We have actually had an event in Europe that we did commentary together, which was the UK Open, and surprise, surprise, Tempai actually got it. So still, they are a force to be reckoned, although...
There's a correct, better way
from the latest
of streaming.
It's still there.
Oh yeah, Tempai is definitely not a deck to discount. A lot of players love the deck. It's very easy to...
I don't remember how to even do all of that.
These new powerful cards, more Charming Fuvalos, Dominus Impulse, slot perfectly into the deck. So, I mean, one of the things people might be hesitant about choosing to include Fuvalos in your deck is that you can't use it when you go first. But with Tempai, that is not a problem. You're going second every time.
Yeah, and it's really a deck that you need to prepare for. Game one, it's obviously tough because they're gonna get you, but I think if you're not...
I was trying to, like, float the window or something.
Threats for it.
It's like, can I only go larger?
Or barrier of trap cards being paired with maybe Trust, because of, I mean, nowadays they are maining Shifter,
I might
and
be able
Full,
to,
so you have at least 9 very powerful you know, entraps that they can use in the draw phase as well to play around talent. So it's nice to have, you know, this backup plan where you actually get a trap to stop them.
I don't.
And you definitely need to prepare for the deck. It has been showing,
There we are.
you know, its consistency even at Lille, a lot of
But-
events, and it's a force to be reckoned, as well as the UK
I'm
Open.
stream.
There's been a recent remote
You're
duel YCS,
too
which
guys.
was also won by Tempai, so
Whoa.
it's definitely a deck we should always keep on our radars. But Rage of the Abyss did not bring only, you know, new friends. I'm absolutely stoked that
It's hard to remember who
also
everyone
some
is, too,
fellows,
but
in particular
it's
Airmail, it's probably
I've seen
among
several
top
people
one
where I'm like,
decks,
oh my
favorite decks of all
god.
time, and I'm really excited to see it back in action. It's so fun to witness, I think.
Mermail is one of the most explosive combo decks we've seen in a while. You start with that Neptuvis, the Atlantean Prince, and your opponent doesn't have anything to stop
They
you.
brought
You're going to be
that
having a
back
lot of
again.
fun. We're going to be seeing toads flying everywhere. We're going to be seeing Mulan Glacier discard
That's
cards from people's
weird.
hands. I'll be really
I don't-
excited if we see that on stream. It's one of these extremely, just absolutely insane combo decks. Has a lot of different options, and yeah, I'm hyped for it.
Absolutely.
I was
and
mad. I wanted to
guess,
incorporate
I might have heard
those.
that some familiar faces
Just
actually
like-
bring in the deck.
It's like, well, I know
to this
some are
event,
banned,
so hopefully
but-
we will get actually to show you guys on day one some of the action. But we also should not
I don't
forget
even
that
know
we are in
why.
Bologna.
I'm like, I wanted
And last
those
time
in
we
my.
were here,
Like, I wanted
witnessed,
those
Joshua
in my.
Smith taking the event with a deck that nobody was expecting at the time. Obviously Runic, it has to be, with Josh lately, but he paired it with Bestials. And although it has been almost a year ever since, we have a very similar deck that is still threatening out there. And I'm talking about the White Forest Runic version of the deck, which just won the last weekend regional in Rome with Vincenzo Rufino, so also from the YCS champion.
What if I do a
I'm
third
expecting
window
he's
with
most likely gonna
playing
be back,
Master
and,
Duel?
It's again very similar.
Oh,
He
that's
plays with
awesome.
Synchros and plays with Runics, just like the Naturia deck did back in the day, and the Bestials, and now this seems like it's the latest
Oh,
trend.
God.
And I think Runic decks are always scary if you're not prepared, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of players love the Runic decks. It's so flexible. It gives you all of this, almost like
like, where
non-engine,
is
but then it is engine as well. So with the
there?
Runic cards, you know, you can destroy your opponent's spells and traps. You can negate monster effects. You can help you break fields going second. And we're seeing it, as you say, it's gone through a lot
See,
of iterations.
I need to
Started out
just
with the
do it
Materia cards,
through my
Vicious,
phone.
now
That
the
way
White
it's
Forest.
not
Maybe in the future, you know, we'll see a combination
doubling
of some
perform or
archetypes or
lagging
now, though,
me.
White Forest Runic. I'm also interested to see some players using the White Forest Azamino sort of combination.
It's loading the game, but
Azamino cards
it's
mostly seeing play at the moment as a sort of
2015
side entry to,
computer.
Snake Eye and,
But it kind of goes to
Viking
show
decks, but it can stand up by
Master Duel
themselves or
can
the White
run.
Forest cards.
Master Duel can
We
run
had mentioned
comfortably
how,
on
for
a
example, lining up
fucking
against Tempai, top
old
cards,
computer.
I've seen, you know, a trend back in Yu-Gi-Oh!
I mean,
And,
it'll run on
just the White Forest
phones.
so well, you can get to recycle your either continuous trap, but also, you know, you have seen Darumas in the main deck and, you know, all of this, and I'm down for it. I mean, we're pretty old, Tom, so
Yeah.
we always enjoy to see some trap cards
Well.
out there, and obviously the trap deck by definition is Labyrinth, which had a pretty solid show at YCS Nightmare of Falls, going all the way up to top 4, and again, it's one of those decks you should never take out of the equation, pun intended.
Dude ID'd me. It's
Yeah.
like,
We are done for some
dude
round,
ID'd
right?
me. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
dude,
think
I'm
this deck,
old if you
much
can't
like the
tell.
Tempai
Like,
deck, it got a real
this-
boost from the Fuvalos and the Impulse. Impulse being a very powerful trap, Labyrinth love traps, you can arguably use it better than any other deck, and the Fuvalos, again, good for Labyrinth, because Labyrinth doesn't really care, so if there's going to be a very powerful non-engine card that's introduced, a lot of decks are playing it, and you just like, okay, you play that against me, I don't mind. And, that's going to be great for Labyrinth. Downside being for Labyrinth, obviously the Impulse does negate all of those very important Labyrinth traps, and I think the Ash Blossom has definitely been on the rise, in part because of the Molchami Fuvalos, and again another dangerous card.
Why is
Those cards you really don't want to
YouTube
see.
Studio?
On the other hand, a deck that was like just new pretty much this time last year, YCS Bologna 2023, was Centurion. and that's
Holy
bringing it back
shit.
up into the metagame. What do you think of that?
Absolutely, it's again going back to the Mulchami Full Walls discussion. We
Mm.
mentioned that you can take two different approaches.
It's
and
a
for
bit-
Centurion, the main reason is that it can totally
It's a
ignore the
bit
card.
controversial,
Just,
no
set up
matter
in a way where you just put your
how.
Synthroids in your spell and traps, and then you can play during your opponent turn, and so it's not really effective against you. And at the same time, you can still set up some threatening fields thanks to the latest supports. And yeah, it's a solid deck.
It's like Max C
obviously
debate.
it's kind of a
Max
risky
C
choice, in
debate
my
was.
opinion, for the opposite
It's
team
like
that
you either
expect.
love it or you
It's probably
hate
the
it.
safest
People.
choice. And that's, something that when you come to such an event, I think obviously you're expecting to play a lot of rounds, and you need your deck
It's
to
like
be very
Molcharm is
consistent,
like
and I think
more
Centurion
balanced.
provides that, but I think we
I
both
don't-
know that
the
sometimes
game still
your deck
needs
is
it,
unfair picks.
though.
And
That's
those
part of
free
the.
wins do matter, because sometimes you're gonna play against obviously very good players, and you cannot always expect to
You can't just
outplay them.
remove
And I think Centurion
that
maybe is
effect
lacking a little bit in that
completely.
side
It just
where,
doesn't
a lot of your
work in
turns
the
are gonna be
game.
similar, but sometimes it's lacking that. Okay, I'm just gonna use shifter, or I'm just gonna do some unfair combo. And
It's like you at
really
least have
get
to
your
have the
opponent out of
effect
the game,
through
but
no
it has been
charming.
performing pretty well. And I guess instead on the trend of decks
At
having
least
resurgence,
there's still other.
we have seen at the European Championship already a huge show from Ritual Beast, and it's again one of those decks that is up there, and you should expect this weekend. So.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of decks that can use Dimensional Shifter, it's got to
Yes.
be Ritual Beast, right? So any deck that can use Dimensional Shifter should be using Dimensional Shifter, and it gets an absolutely massive boost. There are some decks like Tempai which use the Dimensional Shifter, and it doesn't hurt them so much. It can be a little.
It
bit
feels
annoying,
only
but
really
Ritual
good
Beast just
first
don't really care at all.
turn.
They're more than happy for their cards to be banished because they can.
Oh,
use
it's
them
like
to
the
graveyard
only time you can
anyway,
use
beyond
it.
Animal. So it can do quite a lot. It can do a lot of power.
It's just like if it ain't in your
We're seeing
hand
a lot
when
more
you
players
draw,
today
you're
make
like,
use of that Multi-Gaia Pelio, a very, very powerful extra deck monster that can negate.
It's like if it
any
comes
number of
up,
cards.
you win.
You've got Ritual Beast monsters in your hand to do so, as well as the Protoss. What do you like? Do you like the Protoss?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the main reasons why the deck is doing so well, and I think a good news for all of our Ritual Beast duelists is also the latest Quarter Century Bonanza, because we've had a lot of nostalgia reprints, mainly focused at our Time Wizard tournaments, but some cards that are really important nowadays, such as the Protoss. Now you can just upgrade your deck with an even shinier version of the cards, and yeah, I think we are gonna expect a lot of those cards to be in the decks. And
Let's see
it's just
what
a
it
force
can
to be
do
reckoned.
here.
The card is so flexible. If especially like the thing I like about
Game
it is that it's a very
capture
safe
on
card
top
overall,
of this.
but it's
Let's
gets
see if
better
it
the more
can.
information you know. So it's one of those cards. Sometimes you have those cards that once you get to the top cut or when information is available, they can get worse. Protoss just gets better because you can get into your line and just know what your opponent is doing and call a different effect. So lock your opponent.
Yeah, it
out
doesn't
of
need to
whatever they wanna
be
do. And,
gigantic,
strong,
but
I think overall what we can expect once again from Bologna is a very diverse field, a lot of different decks. I would be shocked if
it's like I'm covering up these guys. It's like, yeah, come on now.
in Top Cut, and so it just again proves to you that at the moment you can play whatever you want. Just have fun with whatever strategy. There is a way to obviously study the field, but at the end of the day, we are expecting 2,000+ players, and you're gonna play a lot of different decks. So I guess we can just end it with what is gonna be our prediction, though, Tom. So what do you think is the deck that will take it all down?
We're still in Europe, so I'm still going to say plants.
Oh my
Just,
god, he
elsewhere,
sounds
since they got to the
Italian.
finals,
What is
so
going
this
on
time,
with that?
all the way.
Respect, okay, and then I'm gonna follow it up with just Bologna being a back-to-back Runic win, and just white forest Runic. Let's see if I'm gonna jinx it for you, Vincenzo. But thank you guys for watching, and obviously keep staying tuned, and we'll see what next brings from YCS Bologna 2024. Thanks.
It is funny. Oh man. Guess the card. It's a bit of a their pizza. Like their pizza, their version of pizza isn't even real pizza. Well, it would still be. Well, we looked into it. It's like, oh my god, what the hell is that? I'm gonna have to pull up an even separate tab. I'm gonna have to pull up an even separate fucking tab just to show what the hell I'm talking about. It's like if I'm gonna bash on a country's like version of pizza that supposedly invented it, when it's clear that our version is, well, it seems better in every way to me, but hold up, I have to. What is happening here? Okay, it's like on today's episode of Did You Know? It's like, I feel like if I'm gonna talk shit, I have to back it up with this, cause it's just like...
So, the beginning of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card
Oh
game
my god,
was
my
all
mouse
about
cursor's
big,
lagging
strong
even.
monsters. Still is today. But
Look,
we wanna
it
talk
looks
a
more
little
like
bit
a
about
cookie,
first
it's like almost like a
bits of
dessert
attack
item,
power kind of
which
creeping up
doesn't
as we
mean-
went along over the
doesn't
years.
mean it's
One of the
bad,
first
it's
ones
just
that
a totally
really made a huge
different
impact
kind of
was
fucking
mechanical.
thing.
Absolutely, normal summons have always
It's
been
like,
a
oh, if
crucial
you're
part
like,
of
oh,
the
I
game.
want like a
Still in
dessert
2024,
dish kind
they
of
are a
thing.
crucial part. They are the first step of
It's
your
just-
combos, but even back in the
It looks
day, it
edible,
looked a lot
but it's
different
like,
and the most
it's a
powerful
different
sometimes were
style of
these
food.
monsters, these normal monsters, and you have obviously mentioned Chaser, but there was one that took the crown a little bit after, which was Gemini.
I'm like, it's almost more like a fucking cookie like that. I can't. I'm like, I
1900
don't.
was incredible back in the day. There was nothing that could challenge it, and you got
It's like
so
there's more
much
crust.
advantage from it.
There's
And
more
what a way
crust
to
than
go it was with
topping
your
a
friends.
lot of the
Yeah,
time.
I remember
I
trying
don't
to win with my 7-colored fish, but no.
I didn't even get too
always
deep on it.
wound
I'm
with
just
that.
like, It's like the more I looked
Now
into it,
moving on to some
the more I looked into it, I
interesting
was like,
monsters. And we're going to talk about two decks that were very closely linked throughout their time together in the tournament scene. And we're going to start with Warrior Toolbox. So,
what?
Warriors have always been an amazing archetype. They got one of the first searching spells in the
Yeah.
of the army, and some of their monsters have got incredible effects. But one key thing that happened was many of these warriors were Earth, and Giant Wrath was a card that allowed you to find your warriors from your deck or your other Earth monsters, bring them right to the field. So cards
That
like
would be
Exiled
funny.
Force, where you
it would be
attribute
funny
them
to
off
sit and
to
play some of
destroy
those
your
while
opponent's
they're
monsters.
talking about
Just how strong monster destruction was in Yu-Gi-Oh! Back then. And you were able to get that kind of for free because you
It's
were
like, I
block
don't
an
know
attack
how
with your
many points
Giant
I
Rat
have
and get your
here,
Exiled Force, use it right away. And even another one that allowed you to block many attacks.
should have
was Injection
Rhoda
Fairies.
unless I didn't
If
do
you
any
got
solo.
her from the deck, she was able to pump herself up to a huge amount of attack points to stop your opponent from attacking.
Absolutely, but if there was, as you mentioned, a link in between these two strategies, it was Marauding Captain, because obviously, conveniently enough, it was
Okay, good.
both searchable by reinforcement of the army and summonable of Giant Rat, and that just made it perfect as a way to just extend your plays. Back in the day, there was not that many special summons,
should-
especially from the end.
Combining
and,
that
to get
with
you
that
still to
would
these
even be
utility
more
monsters that
ridiculous.
just did even more. We have mentioned how obviously attack and defense were crucial, but if you had this, just an additional
I hate
benefit,
how it's
and The
gotta
monsters were
redo
just
the
absolutely
side
amazing
of the
back in the day.
screen that
The Warrior
pops up
Lady
on.
and the Silent were just two incredible warrior monsters that get you there, and even like plenty of years afterwards, I'm thinking Time
Doesn't
Wizard
need to
20
be
can,
40.
there are still cards that are played by a lot of
Time
duelists,
Wizard.
both in the main deck and in their side deck. It
I
just
thought
shows you
about
how
it.
versatile warriors have always been and probably will always remain.
I forget which one. I forget which
So now
deck
we're gonna
type
go
I was
spooky.
working on, where I'm
We're
like,
gonna talk
holy
about
shit, this would
zombies.
actually
So,
work in
one of
this.
my favorite zombies, and one of the first kind of epic zombies, is the Vampire Lord. An amazing card.
Well, I
A little
used
bit
to
difficult
use
to
it
summon,
for that
not with the
reason
help of
too. It was like, holy shit.
one of the zombie monsters that really allowed you to get Vampire Lord out. And another one of my favorite zombies is Spirit Reaper. What card? It was one of the first cards alongside Thessalos that took cards out of your opponent's hand. If you used it alongside something like Red Goblin, you were able to take cards out of your
I
opponent's
could.
hand really quickly. And the cool part about Spirit Reaper was that it couldn't be destroyed by battle, so you could use it as tribute material for the foe. But then there was a huge
I really
shift
should,
in what happened with zombies. You want to tell us about that?
Absolutely, they evolved quite a bit and they changed, I think, drastically the way Yu-Gi-Oh was played back in the day. Because Il Blood, out of every other card, really shook things around. You've mentioned Pyramid Turtle, and what a premium target for that card it was. I think it was the Gemini monster that really shined, and as basically with Pyramid Turtle you could get it, and then next turn you could easily normal summon it, get the effect, and alongside it there were a lot more ways to summon and special summon back zombie monsters from your graveyard, thanks to Zombie Master, which would be the first of its kind of a variety of different cards. I'm thinking Lumina, Light Burn, but there are a lot of those which then have dominated the game.
It's like
And
I'm
you know
getting
what is
a
really good
little
with
bit
special
of
summoning
lag
from the
here.
graveyard? This little card that is currently still forbidden,
It's
which
a
is
bit.
Card of Safe Return. The advantage that you will get with this card, which at the beginning was actually a full 3 copies, like you could do so much with the zombie deck, and the advantage would go through the roof.
I'm
To
just
talk about
trying to
going from
see-
discarding to drawing cards, that's zombies.
Yeah, it looks decent. It's not. The problem is the system lag at the moment. It lagged the fucking match, just not having the window in the foreground and trying to multitask. It's like you take focus away from it and all priority is lost to the process. I'm sure there's a way to make it fucking maintain that, but it's annoying to try to do while in the middle of doing all of this. Guess the card. I'm playing like a weird ass deck at the moment, but oh my god, speaking of shifter. This deck wasn't even complete. I know. Oh god, at first I thought it was... The performance is kinda not so hot. I need to probably adjust some settings, like it...
So, my guess for the tournament is actually going to be the Vento. I'm gonna join
It shouldn't
the
be running very bad at all.
Might have
Not
that
even-
glance
not
effect.
even running that
I'm really
poorly,
aware yet
but-
of what it's doing, but it's doing so much.
It's
It's going, fierce, going
oh,
first,
a
fierce,
little.
aggressive, and I think it's going to win it all this weekend. Dinosaurs. Is that enough? What do you mean dinos have never topped the YCS?
My pick for the tournament is Tempai Dragon. I think the deck has always been at the top table over the last few YCSs, and I think he has very good chances to win YCS Bologna.
They got teeth, they got claws and stuff. It's got to be dinos. My pick to win the tournament is going to be Centurion. Terra Primus is such an amazing card that just came out, and we have talented duelists playing the deck, so I also really like
I let it go too far into the match without activating, and like all kinds of bullshit went to the grave.
But I want dinos to win.
My pick for winning YCS Bologna 2024
That's
is
supposed
White
to
Forest
just always
Runic.
be
I think
on
we're going for a
for
back-to-back,
the most
considering
part,
the
but
last Bologna was won by
reset
Runic Synchro deck as well. And I just think that's what they got. I know a lot of players, even having the home turf advantage, are bringing the deck. So just wait and look at those Runic picks coming your way.
My pick for the weekend is going to be Plants. This is a European tournament. It's got to be Plants. Plants have had such an unbelievable run in Europe over these past few years. Basti said Memento has the plant factor. Well, what has a better plant factor than the plant deck itself?
Have you read Miscellaneousaurus?
My pick to win the event will be Mermaid, an amazing deck that, with just his engine, can break into any field going second.
I stand by my answer. It's dinos. I'm right.
It's like they're getting this annoying ass deck, but the problem is it's not. It's like it's not even finished. I was just hoping. I was hoping I could try that other tech I just threw in here, but it's. It's like, oh, I threw 2 cards in it. It's like, yeah, it's like if Rhoda comes up when you're playing, but which is always damn clutch, but it's what does his effect do again? I don't know, I don't think I had the option of that, did I? Card your component, your opponent controls. Okay, I probably should have, but I'm guessing I have the ability to next turn, maybe? I don't. Might have just missed my chance to select that one instead. I just thought it would disrupt him more on this turn to only be. The only real monster he has is that thing. I don't even like special summon, really. It's. What is it? What does it say to? This one might even just get rid of the damn. If he brings out a God Guard, it might just straight up take it out. I don't. I'm not 100% on that, but I don't. Now I'm gonna select this one because it's like I can attack through that. I don't know if if that was even necessary to do. I probably should have left it on the field because it was floodgating himself, I think. I don't know. I just didn't like him having it on the field. I'm like, well, it's like it was doing more damage to him, I think. I'm just not entirely remembering how it works. It's like it shouldn't be taking this long. I know dude's probably confused as hell. He's like... He's gotta be like, what the fuck? Every single thing that I played just got fucking floodgated somehow. Just like, thing after thing after thing. He's probably like, what the fuck? Like, all my goddamn cards are gone and everything's fucking floodgated. And he's just like, how the fuck? He's probably gotta just be like, how the fuck is this even happening? Okay, what's coming out? That raw thing, I'm guessing. That thing, I would take it. No? That's real weird. Why does he want that thing back so bad? I'm assuming this can't be... Yeah, must be special summoned by its own effect. But only if that thing comes to the field, I don't... Bye-bye. I don't... What kind of stupid shit, man? I'm just so sick of this. Threw all three of those out. Which I kinda saw coming, because it's like... It's like you have no cards in your hand, like you can... It's like, I'm gonna dislike losing it for this one effect I get to keep using. It's like I could have even used it to deal with that if he wasn't just gonna beat it, because I already used the effect this turn. He's just gonna outright destroy it, attack directly, but... It's like, we'll find out if I can even use this fucking card. I should have been able to. Oh, I don't even have a normal fucking summoned monster like that. I'm probably not going to. It's like you have only one more turn to live the fucking turn. It's like... I still never added a fucking Kashtira spell, because I thought the fucking... I thought the fucking field card counted, but apparently it doesn't. So it's like, I only have one in my deck for, like... Can't say no reason, but it's like, And then he just fucking destroys it to attack directly. It's just like... It should be enough. Is that coming from the stream? Like, where was that coming from? Oh my god, my mouse started lagging. It's like they're on fucking break or something. I'm just like, what the hell? It's like, why'd they take, like, a long-ass fucking... I don't know. I don't think anybody even watches my damn stream. This is pretty decent, though, but... Well, it was, till they, like, indefinitely, like, went to commercial, basically. I can't say indefinitely. I think they're gonna do stuff. But it's like that doesn't work till they bring something out. And it's like, oh. Timing-wise, it would have been fine. Like, it's just, It's like there's nothing I can do. It's just stupid. It's like, really. It's like you really shouldn't even... It's like you really shouldn't even lose in like 2 turns like that. It's just... It's like I had a monster out and it's like, oh, it's not a normal summoned monster. It's like, do I not have any of those in this deck? It's kinda... It's like it comes across really fucking stupid. It's just like... It's like I thought the card... It's like I thought the card could just work. I, like, didn't even... It's like I didn't even take the normal summoning into consideration, even though the majority of everything I play is normal summon, for the most part. I mean, it's not, but it's like I know what the fuck I'm doing. Thinking about it, it's like I don't know how many you need for that to be pretty effective. It's like I need more of a fucking draw engine. I think they already banned Max C. It's like, oh my god. Or maybe it's just that one particular game mode or something. Okay, well... I don't know how long it's gonna be in Master Duel for, like, I don't know how much longer it's like it's still necessary till Mulch Army comes out, but...
Welcome back to your coverage here at the UK Year 2024. Thank you for your patience between rounds, but here we are with your round 2 feature match. In front of me, I have Melvin Shardy and Stefano Pigoli, who are ready to kick off into the second round that we have here at our tournament. Gentlemen, we're going to do a high roll, see who goes first.
I probably should do 3 of them, even though I don't. It's like I really don't
6 for
want
Melvin. Melvin, you're going to go first. Melvin is going to go first. I'm going to hand you guys once again over to your wonderful commentators who are going to take you through our round 2 feature match. Boys, take it away.
Hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of YCS Bologna. We have an amazing match at our feature match. It is Mimigul versus Centurion.
It is.
Two
Some
amazing
interesting decks. Actually, it's on the one hand one of your favorite decks, the Mimigul deck, and then also on the other hand the Centurion deck, which you kind of are favoring to maybe win the tournament? Isn't that the case?
I just like the decks that keep it a little simple. This is why I was also overwhelmed with happiness when I saw the deck of Joshua Schmidt in the last round. But I think for now it's time to gimme Mimi a ghoul in the round 2 featured match. So let's go right over to the table. Mimigles are ready. Players are going to get started very soon. It is Sardi versus Pigoli. Mimigul versus Centurion. Centurion is a deck that doesn't have the highest of ceilings, but that seems to be the trend for this event. Mulcharmy Fuelos have had such a big impact on the metagame.
Yeah, people are adjusting their entire deck choices based around that card. And we are going to see Melvin now start off with one of the best possible starts you could imagine, because that Mimigul Maker is massive. Mimigul Maker is not only going to give you a monster, but also your opponent. Doesn't sound that great usually, but with the Mimigul strategy, that's actually quite nice, because you can get that back over to you. And I think we gave our opponent the Mimigul Archfiend here, meaning we ourselves got us the Mimigul Dragon there.
An amazing card that lets you add a Mimigul card to your hand.
Indeed, and that usually is our way into the field spell. Is it going to be here? It is, indeed. Mimigul Dungeon. And Leo, you were quite impressed with that card, right?
Yeah, it's just a very, very strong floodgate here, because you have started with the Maker and give your opponent a face-down monster immediately. You're taking away the normal summon and the effects of special.
It's like I don't have to do it in every deck that I play, but
not only that, it also, of course, on your own turn already is supporting
it's so
your
strong
own
though. It's
so. And it's a good sign always when your opponent has to read your own cards, and it is right now Stefano picking up the card from Sardi, reading the field spell, reading the Mimigul Dungeon. I mean, this deck has gotten really, really good support now in the latest core set. Like, it definitely has completely changed. It has now some more really, really good action deck tools, mainly with the Mimigul Throne, but also the Giant Mimigul. And I can really understand why Melvin decided to bring this deck to the tournament here.
Also, I wanted to see the reaction of Stefano when he reads the dungeon. I'm quite curious to see if he has an answer to something like that, because the normal summon... actually, all of the effects... Wait, you have a way around the dungeon, right? It is monsters that are special summoned from hand that can't activate their effects, if I remember correctly. Get it up real quick.
Let's double read it, but like the new support also is so good as extenders, because we just see the Mimigul Fairy here, and that is able to special summon itself out, so you actually get away to another level 1 monster. And then we're going to go into one of those set rank 1s. Which one are we going to go for here? I think first... Oh, it is to the Giant Mimigul right away, okay.
With an amazing effect that also lets you add a card to your hand that's Mimigul.
Yeah, and not only from the deck. I think you can even decide whether it goes.
It's
from
like
the
I'm
graveyard or
missing.
from that,
I'm gonna
so
end up missing a few of these that are really necessary, but
I think that maybe we are going to go set up
that link.
Oh no, excuse me, it's just from the deck actually. It was another card that was also getting it from the graveyard. Oh, and there is the Mimigul Room.
I need
and
some
Mimigul
kind
Room
of
is really,
normal
really, really
summon.
important, because Mimigul Room actually, because you could say, hey, if he just flips up that monster right there, it was there for a turn, so you can legally flip it out on your own turn. But then Mimigul Room special summons out another set monster on the opponent's turn, which of course then he can't flip anymore, and therefore the combination of Room and Dungeon together is even more impactful.
And even Prosperity, one of my favorite cards. It gives so much flexibility, since he can add either engine card or a utility card like an Ash Blossom, a Ghost Ogre, anything, permanence, and an interruption.
Yeah, what are we expecting him to do? Oh, look!
3 cards.
I know
Let's
I've
keep it
played
now.
it
Set up
before,
for
right?
sure. And that's a
It's
Frost. Okay, not
viable when I
live
played
yet.
it, but
Okay, we went for
I can't
Dragon.
remember
We already
what
have a
all I
field spell,
was
so
doing.
It's not looking super promising.
I think so. I mean, we're kind of set up with our engines, so I would think that we don't take the dungeon. However, Thrust is something very, very good if our opponent breaks the field. We take the dungeon. Okay, I was completely
Fair
mistaken. I am not the Mimigul expert. He Melvin is. He also
I was
glanced
a
at
long
the
fucking
dragon that
time
is
ago. I
currently
just don't.
Material, I think.
I can't remember what all the
Set
little
1, set
tricks
2, and
were.
passing
It's like
things
without
over. One of
those,
set cards surely
you
is
know,
the Mimigul
really.
just searched. But what about the other? And does Stefano even realize the restrictions that the field spell right now is applying to him?
you have to be an expert to pilot that deck, I think. But
Possibly. Ooh, we start off by activating.
otherwise, you just
Pro
make
here.
everything it can do
Is
look
that possibly
bad.
the end phase still? Trying to make a Bestial alive? By any chance?
I think he has 6 cards in that.
He does.
Yeah, she's playing at the fucking Worlds
It
Tournament,
is
so
the
it's like
Bestial Rebellion,
he
though,
probably
so
has
in the
some
end, that's what we're
idea what
trying to
he's
do.
doing.
Oh, immediate
Yes,
Ash
note.
Blossom and Joy Spring, though. He didn't even need to grab that Oval Prosperity because he already had it in hand.
Well, that is a very, very early Ash Blossom to a Beasteel Rebellion. Playing into
Ass
things like
Blossom.
Rust or Talents.
Yeah, but you cannot forget.
I know
that
people-
Bystials are quite
I know
good
people
because
called
you
it
could just
that.
tribute
They're
over a
just
Bystial
like-
over that set monster
They're like, I
going
hate
around
that
the
card.
restriction of the dungeon, you know?
I'm
I mean,
just
then there's
like,
still room,
And
but,
then they have normal
It's like
summons
you
and
do
Beasteel.
kind of hate
yeah, but then they
you
still
do
play with the
kinda
extended
hate when
Centurion.
it-
I think that would work quite well, actually.
when they
But,
get one
I mean,
off.
with the room set, it is all
It's like
becoming
a
more tough
well-timed
for
one.
Philosophy. We
A
do have
well-timed
the
one
physical
destroys
ceremony,
their
which is
whole
great.
fucking.
So the thing is that the room does not prevent special summon monsters from activating their effects, but just from declaring attacks. You cannot activate the effects of normal summon monsters, or you cannot normal summon, and you cannot attack with special summon monsters as long as they have a face down monster.
1-2 copies, but
Intro there is in the spell and trap zone.
That's a very, very good start.
The
into
one
the
combo of the
tutorial.
deck.
Let's see.
How do they always end up drawing the gargoyle? It's always in the end. It's always. It's good that it's a discard here, but it's always there.
It is always there indeed. And now the game goes back over to Melvin, the game of reading cards here, and he's just checking on the Gargoyle, which of course is one of the one-offs in the deck. So maybe one of the cards you're not super familiar with, because I mean we've been saying that the Centurion deck has gotten, no, that the Mimigul deck has gotten some nice support. But to be fair, the Centurion deck did as well. Like they got some really, really good additions there. Mainly it is the
Gloves,
extra deck
it's just
actually with the
horrible.
Centurion Primara Primus and the extra deck.
This
And,
shit is
there is
killing
the
me.
impermanence now on Trudea, which is huge for sure. We're picking up the card.
what is he doing? Oh, they're moving. How did my audio drop out? Did the tabs audio crash? Like, what is happening here? I don't need 1,500 fucking tabs open here, but... What the hell? Did the stream go down? I thought the tab crashed. It's like... It's like they were about to start playing, and it's like, what? Mirage is more important, I believe. It's like I have a bunch of cards I don't need. It's just number. Oh, like what? Oh, just telling me. It's like it hurts to even spend those when you have so few at the start of making your account, but it's like it... It's like the deck that I built is like kinda crazy for just starting out on this account. It's like, holy shit. What is happening back here? It's just lagging. Not going. The connection drop? No? I don't even know. It's all fucked up. It's like, what happened to the goddamn thing? Maybe close the whole damn browser out and restart it? I don't... It's like it should be... It's like the rank is so low, even though I'm pretty sure I have been kicking most people's asses. It's like you lose to a one-off. It's like you lose to the raw deck you shouldn't lose to. It's just like... It's like, well, that feels lame. But it's like the fucking... Ooh, this might be interesting. Oh, not really. It's like it's actually the kind of like the lamest turn I could. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Before that, it's the green. Like, it doesn't matter if that gets banished or whatever, it's just I need the damn... It's like, I think I'd rather have that, but... Like, who knows what he's gonna get on the damn field. It's like nobody even uses this card anymore, but... I don't know. Seems like a stupid thing to play. It seems like a stupid thing to play in the current year, but it's just like, I don't... It would be funny if I could just use it to fucking... do what it does best, but it's like it depends on... I can't say it's that situational, it's just... Because it's like he could just pull out an FTK board and fucking just beat me this turn. It's like I don't have anything to prevent that. It's like it bricked really bad this time, but I don't... What the fuck is that? 3,000. 2,600. Oh my god. It was like that, though. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? This is the worst. That is a... No, is this the Floodgate one? I don't think it is. It's like, I think I wanted this one at some point. But unless I'm thinking of a different one. It's apparently not that one. One of them Floodgates, and I was like, oh my god, it's like I had no resources for it, but... I was like, I really want that damn... Well, the Floodgate one, but... I don't know what that thing's activating and doing. How long is this browser gonna take to reload? I was trying to watch the Worlds while I played this, but it's like like it started killing my computer, and it won't even load the fucking tab now. It's like, why
IP
can't I...
Masquerade
Oh, there
in
it
the
goes.
process. And now we have 2 level 1 monsters, but
It didn't even go full screen on my screen, that's the thing, it's all glitched.
are any of the rank 1s now worth going into when we can't search through the Drone Lockbird anymore?
Can you go for a big Zeus play?
That might be a good thing, because Centurion is quite vulnerable to Zeus, to be honest. And then we got rid of the Druze, but Druze is going to come back with
It's
the
like, what
Rebellion
is
on
it
the other
fucking
hand. So, I don't-
doing? It's all
Okay,
smushed.
haven't seen that assembled Nightingale in a while, but here it is. Classic way to go into Zeus. I think that is pretty certain what we're going to see. Downed Magician, just usually a step on the road to the big old Zeus.
I love this.
He hasn't been super popular in like the last couple of months, but here he is, back to the feature match stage. What a powerful Exceed monster, of course,
I
still
can't
is.
stand
This is definitely
Zeus
one of my favorite
coming
X-Ray
out.
cards.
And this is the reason why he sent to the deck the Druid room, since it's an out to Zeus.
It's like it
Yeah,
was
I mean, you
there.
still can just search it out again, right?
It
Because we
was
have
there
that,
to deal with
Crystal
ridiculous
Rebellions in our hand,
stuff.
we know about
but
that, so we'll have to see.
Did I not
how
put
that
Sangan
develops,
in
but
there?
it's-
I'm gonna say that I will disagree with the decision to
Yeah.
send the Druiswim back instead of the Bastille Lubalion, because with the Dark Ruler no more, the Druiswim had no impact at all.
Okay, so early Zeus effect it is, just getting rid of the Judea. I like it because
Yeah.
he knows there is access to the Druid's Worm, so you may as well like use this first Zeus effect a little more loosely, so that the second effect is probably going to be met with a combination of the Druid's Worm and...
It's like I'm ready to just quit out because it's like it didn't even.
There's not, or maybe 3?
3-3.
So
Like
it's
it
the
didn't even
Atri,
bring
the
out
Lubellion that we're just
fucking
discarding and probably the card we
Karibo
drew for
like
turn,
it's
right?
supposed
Stefano
to.
has to go for the Lubalion into Jerusalem play here because
There
that
he is.
forces out the Zeus. However, bad thing for him here is that he will not be able to set up a continuous spell or trap card with the Bestial Lubalion because, well, the Zeus is going to be forced out on summon of the Lubalion as Jerusalem is going to trigger upon that.
That is indeed true. So, Druid's Worm in the hand now. We don't have to banish Lubalion again this time, which is good news at least for Stefano because it's going to stay in the graveyard this time around.
It's just like, fuck that. It's like, I need to see what went wrong in the deck. It's like, why is it doing that? Oh my god. It's like, why did it...
And is there even a light or dark monster that we could go after in the opponent's graveyard? Does not seem like it. IP Masquerena is going to be the dark monster that we're banishing here. There it is. There is Lubel.
It's really annoying that it can't even full screen that without getting all glitched.
Leon now activating the effect of Druid's Worm, and as predicted, we're just chaining the effect of Zeus one more time, so gone is bad. Lubalion now too. But we can just normal summon up Romero! Which is crazy now!
Primera is an incredible draw, and now we sent away the Zeus a little bit late. I thought we forgot that, but I think Melvin just forgot to send it away. Primera is sitting strong there, and that was the top deck of this turn, because Melvin knew the entire hand, and this is why he's also not looking very happy about this. Atri is going to be discarded after a
hard
stand-up
to
Centurion.
even
Yeah, I mean that might not just
watch
be
when
the
the
top deck of the turn,
windows
that might
all
be the
like
top deck of the
smushed
match,
and
honestly. What a draw
frozen.
to have there. That Primera normal summon is
It's
massive.
like my computer is
Gargoyle now
completely...
into the spell and trap zone it goes.
It's like I just
The
get
question
the
is this.
task manager fucking blue screen shit going on. Firefox is not responding. It's like... It It's like, dude, it's a computer from... It's like Firefox responds better. Firefox was responding better on Windows XP on a Vista machine that I have.
Yeah, that for sure. But I mean, on the other hand, look, Auxilla is going to give us not only another Centurion card to our hand, but also that in the end phase is going to set up Centurions in the Spawn Trap Zone again. So I think this is looking beautiful for Stefano. All of a sudden, after looking completely...
It's like, is it... It's like the whole browser's all crashed out here. What the fuck is this goddamn command prompt shit popping up?
Centurion
It's like your shit's getting like hacked mid-stream.
It's like this is looking beautiful
flood of
Stefano.
fucking...
All of a sudden, after looking completely devastating just a minute ago, basically, now we're off to
flood
the
of
races.
command
Wake Up
terminal
Centurion
commands.
is being
Like...
added to the hand now there as well.
I think that is not Wake Up Centurion. I think
I'm
that
pretty
is...
sure
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. And that is just going to be another monster. Do we even have a way to another monster next to the token though with the Wake Up Centurion? I'm not sure.
It's like, Jesus Christ, it's like, what the hell was that?
In order to set up Wake Up Centurion and put Truria again in the Spell and Trap Zone with Auxilla and just synchro summon your opponent.
True, yeah, that's a good point for sure. So we're attacking directly with the Auxilla, which also, of course, is not too small. 3,000 points of damage coming through there. We see it, Melvin dropping down to 5,000. Oh, look at that though. We're activating it on our turn now. Getting rid of it.
If it can load while I search for that, like,
what are we
it's...
cooking here?
This thing...
Bring out the guard.
It's like I'm considering
and from there,
Windows 2003 or XP again.
I think
It's
the
like,
last
this
card in
is...
hand, Melvin, he just revealed it to us, might be a dungeon.
yeah, possibly. So we're also using the graveyard effect now. During the main phase, you can just banish it from the graveyard to send a Centurion card from your deck to the graveyard, except that Wake Up. And looks like we do send Phalanx to the graveyard now. Of course, not the Dragunity Phalanx that you are thinking about, but it is Centurion Phalanx now. Phalanx, which has a decent graveyard effect, but also a very strong on-field effect. Getting Primera back. I think we just sent the Phalanx there to possibly bring back the Auxilla there. That might eventually go to the graveyard. Dungeon activated now, though.
Oh, and now Stefano wants
Well,
to
that's
read the
on
card again
Linux,
before
I
it
just can't
resolves
remember.
here. Doesn't have
Like,
an interruption
what fucking
on the
command
field
was just...
already. This one, if he has another Mimighoul at hand, is a pretty strong field.
why
line.
is
Would
fucking
mean that you can add a
Linux-
dragon to the hand. And if you have another Mimighoul,
It's
you
like...
can play around that. Now we're going to synchro summon with the token immediately.
Is it
Like,
good
it's
old
just
Chaos
bothering
Angel? Oh,
me
no,
to
just
have-
going to Primera Primus here.
Yep.
The new synchro from
the fuck
newest
was that?
main set. And we're going to search another copy of the stand-up Centurion through the Primera. And we're also going to add Oath. And now we're going to use the effect as an interruption of the Synchro A to destroy the dungeon there. Oh, only a sad card. This is looking good for Stefano.
Yes,
He might have found a way back into this match here. And he might be the one winning this second game here.
Something that is just generally a very, very good part of a card like Mimighoul Dungeon to once per turn add a card from the deck to hand.
Oh god,
is
no.
proven costly here because Primera
Something
Primus
is
can
wrong
just
with
on
it.
summon destroy it and it will not resolve.
This should be
or on
running
activation, destroy
way
the
more
dungeon.
smoothly than it
Yeah,
is.
so
That can't
Very,
even...
very strong. That's why Stefano wanted
Can't
to
even
read the
run
card. Hey, is this an
OBS on
activation
that.
effect, or can you just
It's just
ignite
like,
the
do I go
effect
back
in
to
the interface?
7 to get that?
Double checking
I
here, but mean,
could.
this field right now, just the combination of
Like
those
what,
two Centurion
tiny
monsters, has more than
7 or
5,000 points.
something?
So
I don't...
if we pass over like that,
It's like, what
this
kind
card
of...
better be a good one.
I really love the fact that Centurion has such high attack monsters.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you just need to get the life points of your opponent to 0.
Exactly.
True.
Keep it
How do
simple.
I get it?
The call of the
Stream
events so far.
As we showed
down
before.
enough. just needs to be.
So we're currently discussing the Wake Up Centurion card that was used in the graveyard. I assume at least that's what both players were pointing at.
Yeah,
before.
I mean, maybe one thing that could be that could make people curious is whether you can use both of the effects per turn, but you are absolutely allowed to. It says you can use each effect of Wake Up Centurion once per turn. So we did summon the token, but we also then banished afterwards. So, okay, we're going back though here. What could be a possible... There is the... Oh, the misunderstanding must be about Centurion Primera Prime as well, right? So when does the destruction effect come into place here? It does say, if this card is Synchro Summon, you can add an Emblema card from your deck to your hand. We did that, of course, but then also, then you can destroy 2 cards, 1 on each field. Is that a problem possibly just with the Stand-Up Centurion not being able to be destroyed?
Oh.
Because Stand-Up Centurion does have an
It's like
inbuilt
7 might be
protection effect.
too
It cannot be
old.
destroyed by your opponent. It says by your opponent's card effects while you control the Centurion monster card.
It's like I just need to get the performance.
Curious
running
about
well.
what's the issue here. But we did rewind successfully to the point.
It's like it's a
And I'll
7
expand the extra deck
machine.
back into the deck as well.
Was there an issue with the Wake Up Centurion after all?
Is Wake Up Centurion maybe producing a tuner as well for some reason? No, it's not a tuner. No.
Oh, that would be very, very unfortunate then.
Oh, okay, okay. I have gotten the
Pretty
solution now.
mean.
We say we cannot use the Wake Up Centurion with no monsters in the spell and trap zone. Oh, true. We completely jumped over the first sentence of the card. It says if a monster card is face up in your spell and trap zone, and there weren't
God,
any.
what is happening?
Yep, and then you use this in the end phase after
That
Auxilia
is why
in
it's
the
necessary.
Primera.
It's like, well, either
And I think now we're still good to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
either I go to
So
Linux,
this changed absolutely nothing.
either I go to
And we're
Linux,
still
which
going
is
to
a
go into
lot
the Primera
nicer
Primus.
in a lot of ways.
Going to
alright.
pop the stand up.
And of course add.
Yeah, sure. Some more follow-up, get another stand-up, so that you're not feeling that out there. Dungeon is going to be destroyed. We're going to set the last card that Melvin has in hand, and I think then we have repaired the game state. Good job, everyone. Look at the follow-up. Incredible.
Yep, and what is that sad card here from Melvin? It would need to be a very, very good one. We have seen a resurgence of super polymerization, a lot of different decks, and honestly, Centurion is one of the reasons why this card is pretty popular at the moment, because super polymerization is great versus that deck, but as a standalone card with no cards to discard, that would not be a card to be activated here even.
Absolutely, so this would be a so-called dead card in hand, or on the field rather this time. We're setting a stand-up.
Centurion.
And now let's just see if we're going to actually go for a just battle phase attack game shot here from Stefano. However, we're toying around. It doesn't really hurt anyone to just maximize your resources. We're going for a Synchro 12 at this point.
Oh, Crimson Dragon. I think we are just going to go super safe here by summoning out our Cosmic...
It's like 2 in the fucking morning. It's just like... It's like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for me to fucking sit here. It doesn't make sense for me to sit here awake all night watching and playing that. But there's nothing else. It's like there's nothing else I can fucking do here either. It's like just sleep in a fucking field. It's like this is brutal. It's like I'll sleep in the field till I can't sleep in the field, and then come back to something like this all over again. It's well, it's horrible. Like that place doesn't even do meals. That place doesn't even do meals on the right fucking day. It's like they don't even do meals on the right fucking day. It's like I'll come back 3 days later. And you're like, well, I might have to, because they probably have a decent, it's like they probably have a decent meal there, even though it's 3 days too late. But it's like they're probably just staying home with like, oh, it's our day off work, and then they're like, oh yeah, you guys are like fucking stranded out in a field somewhere for like 3 days. It's just like, yeah, well, that's how it is. And then I know one year I went in like the 3 days fucking late and ate their fucking food. And I'm like, well, it's better than having none. But it's like, oh god, it's like, one place, I don't even know. At this point, I'm just like, what the hell did I just resize there? The wrong fucking layer. I'm going